Hey everyone, Dartron here, and I'm playing some factions on Munching Potato and KK Comics' server. And today's video is just going to be me just kind of talking to you, and what I thought I'd choose a subject to talk about, and I've decided to talk about how I first kind of got into YouTube, and I'm going to be doing this faction stuff in the background and stuff, so, you don't have to watch that, but if you find that stuff interesting, then feel free to watch while I mine this coal. I can't resist coal. Anyway, YouTube. Yeah. um, I often kind of get asked like who inspired me to do YouTube, and everyone always mentions like the big names in Minecraft and stuff. But I think one important thing to actually talk about first is that I didn't start off with Minecraft on YouTube. And some of you know this. I don't know how many of you are still around from the old days of this channel, but I used to do RuneScape videos, like RuneScape Machinimas and that kind of stuff. If you don't know what RuneScape is, but it's a browser MMO. But I'm sure like most of you have probably heard of it, or at least maybe even played it at some point. But that's where I started with YouTube. Well, that was kind of like the first community I was in. But it all kind of really goes back to when I was like really little, which is before YouTube was even created, really. I had like this huge obsession with, well, not so much. I was going to say movies there, but it's not really an obsession with movies, but it's an obsession with storytelling. I used to write little stories when I was a kid that no one really wanted to read, and they made no sense anyway. But what do you expect from like a 5-year-old? Someone's been here, I think. Yeah, they have. But it was an obsession with storytelling. I used to like write little stories. I used to make little comic books and all that sort of stuff. But like to actually go into stuff like that takes you have to be incredibly good, and let's face it, unless you actually go to school for it, like the chances of you getting hired to do anything kind of creative in that sense is very slim. At least that's what I used to think anyway. That was my opinion on it and how I saw that profession. But I, I grew up a bit. I was in my teens, nearly late teens, and I met a kid who introduced me to a show called Red versus Blue. Now, I showed my brother this, and we started watching it on a regular basis, like every time a new episode came out. And the reason, like, obviously, you guys have heard of Red versus Blue, which is the web series from Rooster Teeth made in Halo. If you haven't heard of it, then where the hell have you been? And started watching that, and it was just the concept of using video games to make your own movies fascinated me. It really did. Is that a village or yeah? It is. God damn it! Chunk loading. I'm going to ignore that village because we're looking for mines. But it just fascinated me, the idea of making movies using a video game. That I'd never even thought about it before, because I thought you could only do stuff like that in like 3D animations. Which, yes, I know I do make 3D animations now, but we're talking quite a few years ago here. I'm gonna go down here. Someone's been here. I hope it's not claimed. Sorry, I keep losing focus of what I'm doing. I do apologise. And I started looking for ways of doing it myself. Now, I didn't have a capture card, so I couldn't really do it on Halo, which was kind of a pity, as I only had Halo for the Xbox, even though it was on PC as well. But I didn't have the PC version, so I was kind of screwed on that one. But I started looking for other things I could do it on, and I was playing RuneScape at the time, and I started looking up, is there such thing as a RuneScape movie or stuff like that? And I started finding videos, and some of them were good, some of them not so good, and I thought, like, I'll give it a try. And all I had was Windows Movie Maker. I had to find like a really like crappy recording program and stuff. And let's just say my first RuneScape video was not very good, although some would argue that none of mine were very good. Oh, better lag there. But it was a start, and that's how I kind of got into YouTube in the first place. Now, obviously, it's kind of grown from there. I left the RuneScape community last year, which is kind of a shame because I do love the game and stuff, but I have some problems with the company that make it now, and and at the end of the day, we've got to move on. You've got to evolve or you die out, and Minecraft at that time had become like rather big and stuff, and I thought I'd give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I'll either do this and I have no like delusions about it. I'm not going to be big on YouTube. I accepted that a very long time ago when I first started. Only a select few ever really get to be big on YouTube, and I'm lucky enough to have friends that have done it. That they've reached their dream of being big on YouTube, and I'm incredibly proud of them for doing so. But that's just not on the cards for me personally. It'd be nice to be able to make a career out of doing this because I honestly do love it. My girlfriend would even go into a long ass rant about how YouTube kind of takes up a lot of my life. Not just when I'm doing it, but when I'm thinking about doing stuff. And oh god, that's a midget. Hi, midget. Okay. Hi, zombie. But yeah, sorry, I again get distracted very easily. But I love doing YouTube, but again, it's just not on the cards for me. So discs. We'll take them. We'll take a saddle. Oh, didn't need to place that. But for as long as I will always try and make sure YouTube is in my life. Like it sounds really corny, but it is too important to me to stop doing. Now, obviously, like that's not a very interesting story about how I started YouTube and stuff like that, but it's given me so much back. Like find out there are people that actually care about your opinions and what you think. I mean, I know like sorry, I can't talk. I know I said I started off doing machinimas and stuff like that, and the reason I kind of stopped doing that is I don't know why I stopped doing machinimas, to be honest, because I love doing them. The Minecraft ones are a bit more difficult to organise than RuneScape ones were, if that's believable at all. But I think part of the reason why I stopped doing machinimas is because like if you watch this channel on a regular basis, you know that like every couple of months I come out with an animation. I mean, I'm always constantly working on a new animation, but they just take time to come out. Now, admittedly, I could do a machinima a lot faster, but it feels like, it would be going backwards for me. I started with machinima, and now I'm doing, my own animations and stuff like that, and I'm having fun doing it. I may still do a machinima at some point, but I just need to think of the right story that fits a machinima better than an animation. But I'm never gonna like completely rule doing machinimas out because that's where I started, and like a lot of people say with my on Twitter mainly. This is my Twitter name is Dartron RS. That's not a plug or anything like that, but if you want to follow me, go ahead. But when everyone kind of says like, "Oh, you must be a Sky Does Minecraft fan," because Adam's name on Minecraft is Sky the Kid RS, as you guys obviously know. But everyone tends to think that if you have RS in your name, that means it comes from Adam, which is not true, and I'm sure he'd be the first person to dispute that. There's a lot of us, because that's where I met Adam, is back in RuneScape. I met a lot of my really good friends in RuneScape. I met Mifsan, I met KK Comics, I met Ross, I met my friend Snivik. And there's so many, like, I can't even begin to fucking go into a list. I'm sorry, I've got a runny nose right now, and it's kind of annoying me because I've got a cold. But I met so many people back then, and that I'm lucky enough to have a lot of them still in my life. I'm gonna sneeze, I can feel it. Oh, I missed that. But the reason I have RS in my name on Twitter is because, I'm not ashamed that I started off in RuneScape. In fact, all of my RuneScape videos are still on my channel, if you scroll down far enough. And I'm not ashamed of that. I know a couple of people kind of deleted their RuneScape videos and stuff, and some of them had good reasons. Some of them not so much in my personal opinion, but you know what? It's not my channel, it's up to them what they do. Whoa, thunder. But yeah, where was I? I was going to say something. See what I mean? I've completely lost my train of thought now. But yeah, the reason I got RS in that name and all that sort of stuff is because I respect my roots. I know where I started on YouTube, and RuneScape will always be like my first community that I was privileged to be a part of. And a lot of people sniggering probably now saying, "Oh, RuneScape," but it was a privilege to be in that community back then. Personally, not so much now. It's kind of gone down this year, sadly, in my opinion. Like, I know there's a lot of people from the RS community who's gonna hate on me for saying that, but to me, it has. I'm talking about the video community more than anything else. It's YouTube for a lot of people has become about money and like the possibility of money. I've got news for you guys. There's really not that much money to be made making RuneScape videos. So, and I'll always insist, if you're doing it for the money or you're starting YouTube for the money, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. You should be doing it for fun. Like, if money comes of it afterwards, that's all well and good, and congratulations. But that's not the reason to start. The majority of the people you probably watch on a regular basis that do make money off of it started because they enjoyed it. Started like when I did or before I did, where there was really no money to be made on YouTube. Like there was the rumors and myths that like a couple of people were making huge bank off of doing videos. I'm sorry about that thunder. Excuse me a second. That's started to annoy me. That's not it. Oh, weather. Sorry, that was annoying me. But there was the myths that people were making huge bank off the old school partnerships and stuff. But that wasn't really applicable because for gaming, like you couldn't really monetize content back then. But now, like with networks like Machinima and like the 50,000 others that pop up every week, people tend to think, oh, I could make a shit ton of money off of doing YouTube, and that's normally their sole reason for starting doing videos. And personally, I don't agree with that. Like, I'm not judging making money, don't get me wrong. Like, as I said, if you can make money off of it, more power to you. But I do honestly think that there should be some enjoyment in it. I mean, like, when I moved on to doing commentaries, it was just to give it a try. And, I enjoyed it because I can do videos like this where I can just literally, like, talk to you guys and connect. And, you guys can get to know me, and hopefully you find videos like this interesting and stuff. But you get your thoughts out there, and to me, it's a release. I get to, I get to vent, if that makes any sense to you guys. I just get to say my opinions, and some people might agree with them, some people might not. But I do think I'm going to end this video here because, I'm kind of ranting on at this point. And what I do want to say actually is, I asked on Twitter if people wanted to see more videos of me just kind of talking candidly and stuff. So what I'm going to say in this video, because I chose this subject myself, is if you liked this kind of thing where I just kind of talked about me or whatever. I don't want to always talk about me, I do want to talk about other things. I want you guys to leave a subject in the comments section, like if there's something you'd like to hear, like my opinions on or my thoughts, or just stuff like that. Feel free to just leave the subject in the comments, and I'll try and get round to it at some point. And I don't know how often you guys would like videos like this, if at all. So I can't guarantee I'd be doing it straight away and like be tomorrow's video or whatever. But see, this is what I mean. I ramble on. I keep talking when I say I'm not going to, and I miss doing videos like this. I really do, because it's all become mini games and all that sort of stuff. And mini games are fun. Don't get me wrong. I love having fun with my friends, but the videos like this is how I started doing Minecraft stuff back on my other channel, which I didn't even talk about. Which God, I'm gonna kick myself for not even getting into that part. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up that. God damn it, you're gonna. You're just talking now, and you're not even talking about anything. You're just talking. You're not even talking to the audience. You're talking to yourself. Okay, wrap up. So if you've got a subject that you'd like me to talk about or anything like that, leave it in the comments below, and I'll definitely try and get round to doing it, because I'd love to do more videos like this. But yeah, I'm gonna stop now. I shall try and do another one of these soon. Let me know if you want to see more. Comment the subject below, as I've already said, and I will catch you next time, guys. Stay safe and peace.